Hey guys, Sean here. So I've covered how to do your cheese on your homemade pizza, your sauce, and your dough. So now, in theory, you're ready to learn how to, or some best practices on how to actually cook it. So how you're going to use the oven, what equipment you might need, time and temperature, all that good stuff. All right, so you got your tomatoes, you got your pizza sauce already made. It's simmering on the stove. You have your cheese that you've just recently shredded and it's in the fridge staying cold. And you have your dough that's just risen for 2 hours, and you've just formed it into a pizza shell. So now you're ready to cook it. Here's what you need to know, and these are the types of things that are going to make your pizza stand out to those who try it and yourself. The temperature of the oven. It's going to be hotter than any frozen pizza you've bought or take and bake fresh pizza that you're going to cook at home. It's going to be hotter a temperature than any of those. You want as hot as possible. The big pizza restaurants with the big brick ovens, 6, 7, 8, 900-degree ovens. Obviously, most people at home are not going to have that option. I've seen a lot of home ovens though go up to 550. It'll go up to at least 500 for most. But 550 I don't think is that uncommon. So 550 or as hot as it will get. 500 minimum. 550 would be better. Okay. If you cook it at 400, 450, it's just not going to have that flavor or that crispness that you're looking for. So 550 degrees or hotter, at least 500. So as hot as your oven goes, that's what you want to set it at. All right, that's number one. Number two, you want to preheat that oven for like 2 hours. Like in SpongeBob, 2 hours later. 2 hours, preheat it. 3 hours would be fine too. More than 3 hours is quite frankly unnecessary. A lot of people think 2 hours is unnecessary. No, because you're going to use a pizza stone. Before you can even make these pizzas, you got to get a pizza stone so you can get that crisp deliciousness that you can get in the big pizza parlors. So a pizza stone is something you're going to need to acquire. It's one of the most important steps to making great homemade pizza. A pizza stone. It's a good investment because you can cook rolls on it, biscuits, and frozen pizzas from the supermarket because you didn't have time to make your own pizza. The pizza stone does a great job. So you want to preheat that bad boy for 2 hours, 1 hour minimum, at least an hour, but I highly recommend 2 hours. So once you've mixed your dough and kneaded it, and you're putting it aside to rise for 2 hours, preheat your oven at that point. 2 hours later, your dough is risen, and your oven's hot enough. It's not the oven getting hot enough as important as the stone itself. You need the stone to be as hot as possible. 550 degrees, 2 hours. That's what you want for your pizza stone. Also, the pizza stones, it's a little hard to get a good pizza stone just by looking around because not a lot of places sell pizza stones, and if they do, they usually sell like one. I have had success buying pizza stones at stores, but I've gotten some not so good ones too. The price isn't going to be that different. They're all going to be like 20 to 50 bucks, 30, 35, 29. They're all going to be within a certain price range. It's not like cell phones where one can be $20 and one can be $800. It's not like that. So get a good pizza stone. Look online for pizza stones and look at Amazon or look at reviews on pizza stones. There are websites that specialize in identifying each year the top brands of certain items, and pizza stones are no exception. So find online a good, reviewed pizza stone, order it. That's the one thing where you're gonna have to put money up and get like a good quality item, and that's your pizza stone. It doesn't have to be a fancy pizza stone. If you go to the store and get a regular pizza stone, there's a good chance it's going to work out just fine. But just be warned, I bought a couple of pizza stones over the years that didn't work so great. Most of them worked awesome. A couple of them didn't work so good. So just be warned. So do some look. That's probably one of the harder parts to getting this pizza awesome is getting a good pizza stone. Enough about that. So you got your temperature in your oven. You got the pizza stone. You preheated it for 2 hours. You've made your pizza dough into a raw pizza crust. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to use a pizza peel. Google image pizza peel, and you'll see a long stick. You've probably seen it in the pizza restaurants. It's looks like like a mop or a broom handle, but then there's like a smooth, flat, like cookie sheet almost, but smaller than a cookie sheet on the end. It's basically, so you put your dough, your raw pizza dough, on top of the pizza peel. Make sure you sprinkle some flour or something, flour on the pizza peel a little bit so that it slides around. It's easy to slide into the oven. So you put your pizza on the peel and you build it. Sauce, cheese, toppings. Then you carefully put it into the oven. Again, I haven't had that. I've had to do it by hand, which I'll tell you how to do in a minute, because most of you are not going to have pizza peels. So instead of buying a pizza peel, just do it the way I will tell you about. If you do have the pizza peel, fine. Build your pizza on the pizza peel, slide it in the oven, slide it onto the stone. And then it's going to cook for like 5 minutes. It's going to be almost done. Don't burn your pizza. If you follow the recommendation about the cheese, you're putting the cheese on cold, it's not going to burn before the crust is ready. If you put your cheese on room temperature, your cheese is probably going to burn at 550 degrees before your crust is done. So anyway, 5, 6, 7 minutes. That's what you're looking for. You'll be able to tell when it's done because the cheese will be bubbling like crazy. And if you pick up the edge or use something to pick up the edge of the pizza and look underneath it, you can see it's getting golden brown. Use your judgment. You'll know when you'll know. Just use your judgment on when your pizza's done. But don't forget about it. Don't say, I'll check it in 10 minutes. I'm watching a TV show. Nope, it'll be burnt. Check it like quickly. Every like 5, 6 minutes, check it. Open the oven real fast. That probably looked really silly. Okay, so I'm forgetting something. So, yes, so to do it by hand. You don't have a pizza peel, here's what I do. So I have a countertop. I've spread my pizza out. I have the circle. It's the same size or slightly smaller than my 12-inch round pizza stone that's been preheating in the oven for 2 hours. So I can't make the pizza on my counter and then try and lift it onto the stone. That's not going to work. So here's what I do. I have my pizza dough. I have the oven with a super hot with a super hot stone in there. I open the oven. I get oven mitts. I take my stone out. I put it on top of the stovetop. I close the oven, so I don't want the oven to cool off. Okay, so now the pizza stone's on top of the oven. Now I have my cheese, my sauce, and my toppings all within hand's reach, like with little bowls set up, so I can grab everything I need. I take the pizza dough, or the raw pizza dough, which is basically a circle that I've spread the pizza dough out. I fold it in half. Then I lift it up with 2 hands. I carefully put it on half of the stone without burning myself, and then I unpeel the half. So I basically transfer it from the counter onto the stone. It's not going to cook the crust super fast, but it is going to start to cook the crust. And if you do this too slow, the crust is going to start to cook. It's going to like bubble up. So after you put the dough on the stone, immediately put the sauce on. And then the cheese and or toppings. Try to do this in like 2 minutes or less. Again, it's going to take practice. If you have a pizza peel, make your pizza perfect on the pizza peel. Just make it all pretty. Then open the oven and slide it in. If you don't have the pizza peel, then do what I just recommended. It'll be fine with practice. If you screw up a couple times, it spills, you're going to have boo-boos. Trust me, it takes a little while to get good at it. But once you do, damn, is it delicious. And it's actually reasonably priced per pizza, making it at home. So that's a guide on how to actually cook the pizza. All right, guys, enjoy.